In Tehran, Iran, they specifically rip off Chinese people. You have to pay more for a ticket than locals do. Hear that? They're taking my money and cursing me out on top of it. Buying tickets in Tehran is hellishly difficult. I asked where to buy them. They pointed over there, but when I got there, nothing. Anyway, their attitude sucks. There's no specific spot to buy tickets in Tehran. It's really tough. I kept telling them I couldn't communicate, and I needed a local to take me and buy it for me. Otherwise, I'd never figure it out. Seriously, I couldn't understand it at all. Oh my gosh, so hard to buy. Right now at the counter, locals pay $6 million, but they want $7 million from me. That local just bought one right before me. That's how Iran scams people, and you could never find a ticket place. I've never seen anywhere so scammy. In the last 2 months, the place I hate the most is Tehran, Iran. The vlogger featured in the video is a Chinese internet user, primarily sharing short videos focused on travel, scenery, food, and experiences from their journeys. While pursuing their goal of traveling around the world, they visited Iran and, after experiencing Tehran, expressed frustration, noting what they described as a higher cost for Chinese travelers at the location. This isn't the first time I've been overcharged. The last time, I bought a bus ticket from Tehran to Kashan and got charged for 2 people. At first, I didn't know the actual price, but later I realized something was off. It just didn't add up. In other cities, it's usually fine. They charge me the regular price, maybe just a little extra, which I can accept. But here, it felt different. Honestly, I've realized Tehran has become my least favorite city. Chinese vloggers' experience in Tehran left them feeling extremely frustrated and helpless. They described Tehran as a high-risk zone for Chinese travelers and labeled it as their least favorite city. The situation gave them a strong sense of being overcharged with no easy way to seek recourse, highlighting the challenges travelers can face in certain regions.
离开亚美尼亚，我们的下一站是中东的伊朗。
We've left Armenia, and our next stop is Iran, a country often seen as one of the toughest places for road trips around the world. To drive into Iran, you usually need to pay at least around $1,000, and at some border crossings, the price can suddenly go up. Unfortunately, that's exactly what happened to us this time. Our car got stuck at the border, and the local broker suddenly raised up the price from $1,000 to $2,000, and still wouldn't let us through. It was frustrating. They wanted more than 14,000 RMB just to process the paperwork. It really felt like a ripoff. Since we couldn't reach an agreement, we had to leave the car in Armenia for now. I entered Iran on foot with my passport to see what this country is really like. Can you travel freely in Iran? Not really. Independent travel in Iran isn't very convenient because of international sanctions. All banking systems there are tightly controlled. You can't use international credit cards like Visa or MasterCard, and even Chinese systems like Union Pay or WeChat Pay don't work. You also can't book hotels or transportation through international Chinese platforms. Everything has to be done through local Iranian systems. Only those can actually be used to reserve hotels or services inside the country. China has actively promoted its friendship and close ties with Iran, highlighting the country as a key point in the Middle East strategy. China obtains resources such as crude oil from Iran, while also providing support for Iran's nuclear development, including funding, technology, military equipment, and intelligence. Iran, in turn, aligns with China's anti-US stance and has offered strategic support in the region. Countries often highlighted by China as close allies, including Iran, Russia, Pakistan, and Cambodia, are portrayed as partners sharing common interests with China. However, the actual treatment of Chinese citizens in these countries can differ significantly from the official narrative.
这个恐怖分子国家，我一刻都不想待。
I honestly don't want to stay here another minute, but I can't leave. My passport's been held, so I'm stuck. I bought a cup of juice earlier. They use 8 oranges for just one small cup, and it still costs about $4. That's kind of pricey, right? Every day I have to go out wearing this, always on edge and worried. Honestly, I miss being back home. It just feels so much safer. Even taking a taxi here feels risky. I heard 2 people got stabbed in taxis, and in just 20 days, they've already been 2 robberies and 1 mugging. I'm really done. I've never been through something like this before. There have been frequent reports of fake police extorting Chinese merchants and workers facing discrimination in Iran. For instance, during the advancement of China's Belt and Road Initiative projects in Iran, Chinese workers often face safety risks and unequal treatment, yet receive little official help from Chinese authorities. This indicates that protecting citizens' rights is not a primary concern for Chinese authorities, leading people in these so-called friendly countries to view Chinese nationals as easy targets due to this inaction. Similar situations are common in other friendly countries. In Russia, China's close ally with unlimited cooperation, discrimination against Chinese people is open. On the streets of Moscow, Chinese visitors are often overcharged or verbally insulted, creating a stark contrast for those who experience it firsthand.
稍微注意一点，警察太多了。
Everyone, just a heads up, be extra careful if you're going out today. There are police everywhere, seriously. My son just got taken away by the cops at this gas station. That black car right there. They immediately asked for 10,000 rubles, but I don't even know where they took him. It's been a while and there's still no word on what's happening. His phone's been confiscated and he told me they've taken him to the police station. I just got home myself. I was planning to head towards the park, but people told me not to go because there are police in blue uniforms over there, and those ones are even worse. They'll ask for 50,000 to 60,000, sometimes even 70 or 80. If your residence permit doesn't check out perfectly, it's basically over for you. So please, just stay alert today. My son's still at the police station trying to negotiate with them, and I have no idea how much it's going to cost. Business has already been really bad. The pressure's huge, and on top of that, the police keep doing these random checks. They're clearly targeting us Chinese, and we all have legal work permits and proper IDs.
Chinese students studying in Russia, pursuing their dreams with backpacks in tow, may have expected support and care from what they perceive as a big brother ally. Instead, many have encountered challenges, including cold reception, discrimination, and differential treatment, which have created a difficult environment for some to navigate. Let me tell you about my experience. One day, I went to the supermarket to buy some stuff. When I got to the checkout, the cashier, she was a woman, took my items but didn't scan them. She just set them aside and started saying a whole bunch of things in what I think was Russian, or maybe their local language. I couldn't understand a word, so I asked her to repeat, but she ignored me and just started checking out the next customer instead. I was totally confused and asked her why she skipped me. Then she looked straight at me and said, in perfect Russian, "Come back when you can understand." Reports have previously emerged on X indicating that Russian universities frequently subject Chinese students to unequal treatment. Delays in addressing issues, differential treatment compared with students from other countries, and administrative indifference are common. Such experiences have left some female students feeling a heightened sense of frustration and discomfort while studying abroad.
学校已经4天不允许中国人洗澡了，而且连
Our school hasn't allowed Chinese students to take showers for 4 days now, and they've even cut off our hot water supply. But this rule only targets Chinese students. Russian and Mongolian students can still shower as usual. The thing is, our dorm rooms are on different floors. For the floor where Chinese students live, the school shut off the hot water and locked the bathrooms. But on the floors where Russian and Mongolian students live, everything works fine. They claim that Chinese students made the bathroom dirty, so the school closed them. When we tried to talk to the school about it, they kept giving excuses. One day saying the equipment was broken and would fix tomorrow, then the next day saying the repair worker was sick. Every time there's a new excuse, and it feels like they just don't want us using the bathroom. It happens a lot. For example, we might have hot water for 5 days, then no showers for the next 5. So in a month, we'll probably get to shower for only about 10 days total.
This isn't just a one-time thing either. In August this year, Russia introduced new regulations restricting entry for many Chinese nationals. Russian laws often change abruptly. Since June, a series of rules have targeted checks on Chinese work permits and representative credentials, leading to visa denials or deportations at Moscow airport for numerous individuals. With soaring prices in Russia, locals struggle to afford essentials on their wages. In areas where Chinese gather, police frequently engage in extortion under local laws, creating immense pressure for Chinese merchants there. Life in Russia is tough and competitive, returning home or even more so, with no clear solution. Pakistan, a South Asian neighbor, promoted in Chinese state media as a close ally, exemplifies challenges for Chinese nationals. Since 2024, the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor projects have faced multiple terrorist attacks, with Chinese engineers and workers killed in suicide bombings, totaling dozens of deaths. On March 26, 2024, vehicles from a Chinese company on the Dasu hydropower project in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province were attacked by terrorists near Besham in Shangla district, killing 5 Chinese personnel and 1 Pakistani. This is dashcam footage from a vehicle capturing the attack. October 6, 2024, a large explosion near Karachi airport in southern Pakistan killed 2 Chinese workers and injured others. It is Pakistan's largest international airport. The Chinese embassy later stated that 2 Chinese nationals were killed and 1 injured. The Balochistan Liberation Army claimed responsibility, saying it targeted Chinese citizens, including engineers. The group also attacked the Chinese consulate in Karachi in 2018. This month, the Pakistani government announced a re-evaluation of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor Agreements, sparking anger among Chinese citizens, with many commenting that it felt like crossing the river and dismantling the bridge, hurting Chinese feelings. Official Chinese propaganda promotes China-Pakistan friendship is higher than the mountains, but overlooks tolerance of terrorism in these brother countries. The Chinese embassy in Pakistan has called for enhanced security, yet protective measures remain delayed, leaving many Chinese workers in high-risk areas where wages are deducted by local intermediaries. On X, a victim's family member posted, "The CCP's all-weather partner has destroyed our family. What is this friendship worth?" Pakistan uses Chinese investments to address fiscal deficits while shifting security responsibilities to China, making this ironclad friendship appear one-sided. Cambodia, described by Xi Jinping as a community of shared destiny, like family, and a friendly neighbor, even more an ironclad friend, has shown consistently in incidents affecting Chinese nationals. On October 11, 2025, Cambodian police dismantled an online gambling den and arrested 80 people, including 57 Chinese nationals. Many of these Chinese individuals were reportedly recruited through deception. Help! Help! According to the Angkor Times on October 19, 2020, a Chinese man was reportedly kidnapped in Cambodia by acquaintances. On the evening in question, as the man was preparing to rest, he received messages from 3 individual friends claiming they wanted to discuss a business collaboration. Subsequently, the 3 individuals allegedly covered the man's head with a blanket and restrained him with ropes. They reportedly took all of his cash, passport, and identification documents. The man was held in a private residence, and during the period of confinement, attempts to escape were unsuccessful as he was reportedly recaptured. They pulled out guns to threaten me, stopped giving me food, and when I couldn't get them the money, they whipped me, hit me with wooden boards, and even stabbed me with knives. When they thought the money wasn't enough, and I really couldn't borrow anymore, they contacted an online gambling company in Odomeji and sold me to them. The man and his family reportedly faced multiple extortion attempts, with a total amount involving exceeding 200,000 yuan. Subsequently, the man filed reports with all relevant authorities he could contact and was ultimately rescued. Reports indicate that Cambodia has become a major location for telecommunications fraud, affecting Chinese nationals. According to a June 2025 report by Amnesty International, over 50 fraud centers in Cambodia operate with the reports of forced labor and mistreatment, with many victims being Chinese nationals who are lured to economic zones and subjected to restrictions and long working hours. These centers are reportedly run by individuals of Chinese nationality and have connections with local authorities. Victims are assigned to virtual currency-related work for 14 to 17 hours a day. A failure to meet performance targets can result in disciplinary actions. United Nations reports estimate that around 100,000 people in Cambodia have been involved in online fraud, with a significant portion targeting Chinese nationals. Despite frequent high-level exchanges between China and Cambodia, these cases have received little official attention. On social media platforms, some escapees have shared their experiences, stating that work in Cambodia did not match their expectations, with some feeling exploited. Observers note that while China emphasizes diplomatic and economic relations with countries like Cambodia, these situations illustrate the challenges faced by Chinese nationals working in certain sectors abroad. Some social media users have highlighted that incidents affecting Chinese citizens are not always aligned with diplomatic narratives. Awareness of these issues is seen as important for informing the public about the experiences of Chinese nationals abroad.